dodge bullets, baby.
This is beyond fairy tale. It's inconceivable.
There it is. Doyle's done it. This is the greatest sport in the
world. The wait is over.
You walk in the first day, and it's like no other tournament.
It's the mother of all poker events. The one that the world looks at.
Come on.
I always get excited about one event, the main event.
The time is now.
Oh my God.
This is the main event. And tonight, 6,358 players begin their quest for a hallowed place in poker history.
The main event is just like unbelievable. Because that's how you make your name.
There's our new world champion. Johnny Chan has Joseph Hashem standing.
Dewey wins the tournament.
It's where great players will be measured 50 years from now, 100 years from now.
Hellmuth wins the championship.
I'm not sure it really can get more special.
If you're a great player, you maybe can have one shot during your lifetime to win that main event.
Rich with history, the main event is also the richest in sports. Over $8 million is on the table for someone to seize. The question is who?
And somebody's got to win it, right? So why not you? Or me?
If you win that, you're called world champion of poker.
Nothing compares to it.
Yes!
The main event. One title.
I'm alive!
One bracelet.
Back it up! Come on, baby.
One future champion. Welcome to the main event of the World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light.
I'm playing in the World Series of Poker, baby. Ready to go.
Hello, everybody. I'm Lon McCarron, along with Norman Chad, and the most anticipated day in poker has arrived.
This one's mine.
It's going to be me at the final table, baby.
6,358 very excited.
Main event winner this year, baby. Taking it all down.
And colorful characters
Here we go.
have invaded the world's largest poker room for this unparalleled spectacle. They've all come, including some of the game's top pros.
I've warned them not to mess with me.
And Hollywood's brightest stars. All walks of life are here to fulfill the fantasy of playing with the world's best.
Look, Mom, I'm playing with Johnny Chan.
Someone will walk into this Rio poker room dreaming the impossible, but walk out with $8.25 million and the most coveted prize in poker. And Norman, what could be more thrilling than to sit down and see Doyle Brunson at your table on day one?
Doyle Brunson at the main event. Does it get any better?
10-time bracelet winner, one behind Phil Hellmuth as we stand right now.
Well, is Phil humble now that he's won his 11th?
No, I'm afraid not. No, they put Phil in the Hall of Fame yesterday, too. He was really floating around.
Did they really? Did they?
Yeah. Which deserved, I think.
Doyle certainly deserved to go into the Hall of Fame in 1988. Barbara Enright joined Hellmuth in the Hall of Fame this year, becoming the first woman ever.
Blind start at 50 and 100 on the Milwaukee's Best Light Pocket Cam. 9-8 of diamonds for Doyle Brunson. He makes the call. Doyle played in the very first World Series of Poker. Frank List from Holland is playing in his first World Series of Poker. And he makes the call. Next in line is David Garbaz with Ace King. The buy-in is still $10,000, but all players begin with 20,000 chips this year. Garbaz is going to raise it to 800.
And boy, that guy on the right looks like an avatar character in a poker video game.
Raised back to Doyle Brunson. And Doyle will commit the extra 700 onto List, and he will give it up.
So as usual, Doyle will go heads up with someone a bit younger than him.
Garbaz with the Ace-King versus 9-8 for Doyle. And there are 2 8s in the flop. Wow, a nice flop for Doyle Brunson.
And Doyle looks like he's just sitting out on the front porch waiting for the milk truck.
He will slow play his trip 8s. Garbaz is going to bet 1,000.
Garbaz has nothing but garbage, but he's going to pretend like he's got something.
You think he can bluff Doyle Brunson? Doyle with a check raised to 3,000.
You know, Doyle's been playing for so long, it's possible he's played this exact hand with these exact cards at this exact flop, maybe 47 times before.
With Ace-King, Garbaz will give it up, and that'll teach him to go up against the King.
It's an honor to play with you, sir. It's an honor to play with you.
Here's that every day, so you got to do something else.
I so wanted to re-raise him there.
So David Garbaz showing some respect for Doyle, and Brunson setting the tone early on at this featured table. Norman, nobody can attest to the growth of poker better than Doyle Brunson. After all, when he won his back-to-back main event titles in 1976 and 77, he outlasted 56 people combined. It's a far cry from this year's field of 6,358.
Texas Dolly likes to joke that back in the day, he liked his odds of making the final table because he started at the final table. Well, you'd have to combine all the main event entries from 1970 to 2003. That's 34 years to equal this year's. So, how do you like your odds now, Dolly?
Doyle Brunson and the main event are a big part of each other, but Doyle's not the only champion present who adorns the walls at this great poker room. There is a man who won it the year after Doyle's back-to-back run, the '78 world champ and Vegas legend Bobby Baldwin.
Bobby Baldwin is president of Bellagio, and it is in Bobby's room, named for him, that Doyle and the gang play the big game.
So while Baldwin collects some chips early on, we move elsewhere in this poker room. Not all champions are as widely recognizable.
What do they call you?
They call him the '96 world champ Huck Seed.
Turn around. See on the wall there?
Doesn't have your name up there, though.
Up on the wall.
Yeah, probably wishing he didn't ask who Huck was now.
Huckleberry Seed. Sam.
Nice meeting you, sir.
Huckleberry Seed has family members by the names of Caraway, Apple, and Cottonseed. That is the truth.
And there is a very recognizable two-time world champ, Johnny Chan, the '87-'88 back-to-back champ. Chan with pocket aces going against journeyman pro Steve Jacobs, who was on flush and straight draws going to the river, and the river card brings a flush to Jacobs. Chan checks.
Johnny came to the United States from China at age 9. He was the first foreign-born player to win the main event.
Jacobs moves all in for his last 8,200. Johnny's leery.
Can Chan get away from the aces? You see so many strange faces here, you don't know if they've made a hand or they're making a move.
And Johnny will commit the chips and see that his aces were cracked by the flush of Jacobs.
That was an ugly flop for Jacobs to play through.
I can't help that.
So many bullets to dodge in this large main event field, a field so large, in fact, that they have had to split the 6,358 players into 4 separate sessions. But an early stumble for Johnny Chan. Back to our featured table.
Lon, I love the crush of unwashed humanity at this main event.
Doyle Brunson with King 10 offsuit. And Doyle reaching for chips. He's going to raise it. You see it says raise 700. That means Doyle has raised it up to 700. Frank List now. Jack 10 offsuit. And he will make the call.
Lon, we have nearly 6,400 people playing in this main event, plus this poker video game character. I know him.
That's Andrew Cohen from Las Vegas in reality. So Brunson and List heads up to the flop, and the flop is 10. Jack. List flops a full house. Wow.
I'm not sure that's the same poker face Texas Dolly has, and Doyle always looks that way.
Doyle got a pair of 10s, and he checks it. What a story List is going to have to tell his poker buddies back home, mixing it up with a great Doyle Brunson.
You mentioned the pair of 10s for Doyle. This is a dangerous hand for him.
List about 1,000, and Doyle made the call.
I really wish he'd look to his left. He might pick up something.
5 of clubs. Doyle drawing dead now. The full house is best for List. You see the check mark indicating that. And they both check.
They both checked. List getting a bit tricky here on Texas Dolly.
It's a deuce of hearts on the river. And now Doyle's going to bet 1,500.
Doyle decides it's safe to bet thanks to List's cagey check on the turn.
And List says it's safe to raise, makes it 4,000 to play.
Maybe List read Super System, Doyle's seminal poker instructional book.
Doyle trying to get a read on these newcomers. Will pay for the information, and List turns over his winning full house.
Wow. Doyle knows how to react to a bad read and a beat.
Oh, there's no, yeah, there's one.
It's tough to get applause, Frank, when you beat the fan favorite.
My trap worked. He's only got 4 outs. This guy's going home.
Come on, 9.
Sometimes making the right move isn't enough, but there's always another hand. We play at FullTiltPoker.com.
The World Series of Poker is not only about great poker, it's about great color, which has become a signature of day one.
Woo! I'm back.
Some very interesting choices out there when it comes to dress style for many players, including some of the pros like young phenom Alex Jacob and his retro fro.
I'd give him a comb, but it would just get lost somewhere in there.
And also this year's poker fool Jeffrey Madsen, who lost a bet with Joe Seebach, is not looking too happy about his punishment.
You know how they say one day you're chicken, the next day you're chicken feathers? This is worse. I would have left town under the cover of darkness.
One guy with plenty to be smiling about, Eli Lesra, a great World Series. He won his first bracelet.
This is the book to read about poker, guys.
It's his good friend Barry Greenstein's poker guide.
Barry, I'm learning a little bit. It's okay doing the...
It's too lucky. Give it back. That's my good luck.
Okay, but I'm trying to pick up something over here. I'm losing.
Don't believe it. He's got a shot at winning a whole lot of money, even if he doesn't win the main event.
Remember talking to Doyle and Chip, and they said it's going to be easy to win a World Series bracelet, and I said, there's no way. You guys are out of your mind.
We all picked some different players.
And Eli Lazara decided that he was going to just book everybody's bets.
I got Doyle Bronson. I paid him $50,000. I got Todd Bronson for $50,000. Chip Reese for $50,000, and Doyle bet on Chip Reese for another $50,000. Barry Greenstein for $100,000. Chip and Doyle bet $50,000 on Barry Greenstein also.
It's a hard thing to win these bracelets.
With David Benjamin for $50,000, Gus Hanson, Phil Ivey, Daryl Dickens, Brendan Adams, and if nobody wins, I can win $600,000, by the way.
And that is the smile of a man who's about to win $600,000. He can get himself a real nice shave.
Norman Doyle actually paid Ellie $15,000 to get out of that bet when he realized what a grind it was going to be to give himself a chance to win.
And have you had a lot of cashes and final tables and stuff?
One final table.
Final table, yeah?
I guess 3 cashes. I didn't.
Oh, that's right. You cashed the same time the other day. What was it?
I didn't really play that many tournaments.
Yeah, why would you play that many tournaments, Doyle? It's just the World Series. There's another one next year.
He did finish 6th in the Parliament Omaha World Championship.
Lon, I wait all year for the main event, partly because I have no life, but mostly because it's the main event.
Paul Begum.
$250.
With ace-8 of hearts, I don't think you can raise $250.
You got to make it $400 minimum.
He was trying to raise, I think. Didn't put in enough.
It's double, right?
Well, they're going to allow him just to make a call.
Doyle's wondered what kind of amateurs we got here. There is William Franchishine, born in California, lives in Bangkok, Thailand. He has ace-jack offsuit, and he will make the call.
Is he on the lam?
He limps in from the small blind. Doyle checks his option.
I just checked with the Elias Sports Bureau. That's the 14,893rd time Doyle has checked the big blind in his career.
3 to the flop. A couple of trays and an 8. Begum and Brunson hit their 8, but Begum's got top kicker. Franchishine missed the flop, and he checks. Doyle checks.
Was playing very passive today.
Begum.
700.
Pair of 8s and top kicker is going to make it 700.
Because I'm curious what you had.
Franchishine folded, and Doyle Brunson will make the call.
Hey, Doyle, you know, curiosity killed the cat, you know.
You're right.
Turn card, 5 of spades. No help to Doyle.
Check.
You know, it's curious. If Begum raised pre-flop, which I think he was trying to do, Doyle would be out of this hand and saving money.
Begum's going to see how curious Doyle is. Makes it 600. Doyle makes the call.
Geez, Doyle's become a calling station.
So these two go to the river. Begum with the advantage, the 2 pair, and the ace kicker. And it's a king of hearts on the river. Begum with the check mark. Doyle checks. Check, check. Doyle's lost again.
The ace got me.
I'm telling you, I'm going to have to go down there and give Doyle a little remedial lesson in power poker. And that would be embarrassing for both of us.
But Doyle is not smiling now after taking another hit to his stack. All right, let's move from this featured table to our other featured table that we will call Table 2, where the fans can get up close to the action. And it seems that upside-down shades are in vogue, and that's because Marcel Lusk is in town, but who knows for how long he's all in.
Marcel already has packed away his shades in his shades satchel. Boy, Marcel travels light.
If I go like this.
Marcel with pocket 9s against 3 other players. Here we go to the flop. It is 9-9-4. Marcel with quad 9s.
He will survive his all-in.
So left to right, James Calderaro, Brian Johnson, Omid Jalili playing for a possible side pot. They all check it to the turn. Turn card, 7 of spades. Calderaro leads for the side pot with a pair of sixes.
Marcel finished 14th in the main event in 2003, 10th in the main event in 2004.
Just stretching my legs, guys. Don't start to smile already.
He's not going anywhere.
They all check it to the river. River card is a king, and Jalili comes up with a pair of kings. But Calderaro and Johnson check it.
Marcel's just dying to show his quads.
He is, isn't he? Jalili comes in with 1,000. Calderaro has a pair of sixes. He's next to act. He'll make the call. Johnson folds. Time to show. Jalili shows his kings for the side pot.
I got 2 pair.
2 pair of nines.
The old I've got 2 pair routine.
Marcel Lusk takes the main pot. Jalili takes the side pot. Lusk very short on chips, but will hang around for a little while longer.
That was a good acting job getting up and moving.
Stressful or joyous, it's always all good here because this is the World Series of Poker. I'm sure plenty more memories await us this year, and maybe something good in the main event will happen for Marco Traniello.
7 cashes in the World Series for Marco in 2005, 4 cashes in 2006, and 3 final tables here in 2007. And you know what, Lon? Even when he folds, he still looks good. Is he married?
Yes, to Jennifer Harmon. You might remember her.
Oh.
He's having a rough time, though, building his stack today against the competition. One guy who knows how to make himself and everyone around him feel good is actor Brad Garrett.
I like this. Let's pass it on. Damn.
His partner in crime for many years, Ray Romano, though, taking things a little more seriously. He throws in a chip. Action to Kenny Rund. He makes the call. They go to the river.
Everybody doesn't love Raymond at the poker table. It's every man for himself here, pal.
Kenny Rund is going to check it over to Romano.
All in.
Who moves all in.
Kenny doesn't know what to do. We don't know what Ray has. How do you play poker against a comedian? They don't even know the suits.
Can you show if I fold, Ray? Say that again? Can you show if I fold? Yeah, I'll show you.
So Kenny's going to fold, and he shows kings for a pair of kings.
You're not going to like me, though.
And Romano turns over 7-6. He wins it on a bluff.
Did you guys get that? That's one. Just once. That's the only time. Come on.
So run done in by the brazen bluff of Ray Romano.
Woo, I'm taking a pulse.
Ray, along with his buddy Brad Garrett, do employ some very unorthodox poker strategies.
Everything that works in sex, I'm going to do at the table. No eye contact. Say, we go.
See, I believe in the eye contact. Actually, sometimes I'll take off my glasses and I'll go.
They would have. Yeah, I did that with the one. We're going to have a sign to each charity.
Right. And you know what my charity is?
Help
little people in the circus. There's still seamstress for the human fly. And I know you don't want to talk about that right now, but my mom was a seamstress for the human fly.
I can't.
But my mom was a seamstress for the human fly.
I can't.
My mom was a seamstress for the human fly.
I can't believe this.
My mom was a seamstress for the human fly.
I can't believe this.
No, you can't on ESPN. Can you drop the F-bomb on ESPN?
No, you bleep it out. You put a
bleep it out. They cut everything out. Then they'll show us holding hands in a gift shop.
Hey, Ray, this is a family show. And by the way, the gift shop is down the hall and to the right.
Ray's not looking for the gift shop. He's looking to check in on his buddy Brad Garrett.
What's happening, Brad?
Oh, you decided to come over and help me.
You're not allowed to do that.
We're not allowed to do that.
One player per hand, usually.
We're not allowed to do that. Do you have a set?
I can't tell you.
All right, I'm going to call it. I'm calling
Brad
it.
turned his hand over. There's another card to come.
I'm not going over.
Brad, a bit mistake-prone in this hand.
No, wait, I'm calling it.
But there's still a card left, all right?
Well, they've decided just to check it down. No more betting.
Puppy toe!
He got the flush.
Puppy toe!
Oh, sorry. 5 puppy toes.
I don't think that is allowed. I know that shouldn't be allowed.
confidence.
yourself money on that by showing your cards.
Go away, Ray. Everybody gets a rub on Ray Romano, so just everybody gets a rub.
Nice of Brad to be spending Ray's money. And with help from the KFC Snacker Cam, let's head back across this huge Rio poker room and get back to the featured table where we find Doyle Brunson.
You know, I tried to talk to Doyle during the last commercial break to help him, and he acted like he didn't even know me.
Ace deuce of diamonds. Brunson makes the call for Frank List, king 8 of diamonds.
7 calls.
And List will limp in as well to David Garbaz with pocket 7s. Garbaz just makes the call. Cohen gets out of the way. Action over to Paul Begum now. 9-4 offsuit. 200 to him. And he will call.
Wow, 9-4 offsuit calls. Welcome to the World Series main event.
Ace-6 of hearts for Jeffrey Lowenhar.
It's a bargain.
That is a bargain. For just 100, he gets, what, like 11 to 1 on his money.
Franchishine from the big blind. 10-6. He checks his option.
You know, Lon, if you spill your coffee onto the screen, we won't be able to see anything.
6 to the flop, and it is deuce, 10, jack, 2 diamonds. Franchishine pairs his 10, pair of deuces, and nut flush draw for Doyle.
And List also gets a flush draw, but it's not as good as Doyle's.
Lowenhar checked. Franchishine checked. Doyle.
Here comes Doyle. I think our little talk's going to pay off.
Well, he bets 600, trying to thin the field a little bit, but List is going to come along with the weaker flush draw. Garbaz with a pair of 7s also calls the 600. Begum is gone. Lowenhar is gone. Franchishine is gone.
He had the best hand.
Yeah. 3 to the turn now. Turn card now is another 10. Franchishine missed out on trips. Brunson checks, though, with a pair of deuces. List, though, will bet his king high and second best flush draw.
Well, List is the one playing Super System Power Poker here. And again, the best hand folds. Garbaz mucked.
The raise back to Doyle. He'll commit the 1,300. Doyle with the best hand with a 2 pair. And it's a 9 of spades on the river. Doyle Brunson gets the check mark. And he checks it.
You got to bet again, Frank.
And he checks.
I expect you got it, Frank.
Oh, you got to bet again, Frank. Now I've got to talk to him.
You didn't want a diamond, did you?
Wow. I should have bet.
Yes, you should have, Frank. And now you hear the applause, but it's all for the 10-time World Series bracelet winner, Doyle Brunson.
The World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. Main event.
Back inside the Rio, where a new record was set with almost 55,000 total entries in the World Series this year, but only one can be Player of the Year, and that person is Tom Schneider, who edged out a very tough crowd to earn this year's title.
Former main event champion Scotty Nguyen and Phil Hellmuth both had a shot at that Player of the Year title.
And there is the relatively unknown poker pro Schneider, who had a great series of bracelet events trying to extend that run here into the main event. He is proof that if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
This year, I told my wife that this is going to be my year to decide whether I'm going to continue playing poker or just do something else in business. And I told her I really want to make a run at Player of the Year. And really, that was a pretty unrealistic goal because I had never even won an event before. In the past, I hate to say I've been a quitter, but I've given up in tournaments. And I came here and said, I'm not going to give up ever in a tournament. I'm going to play my hardest, and it's going to be a struggle for anybody to get money away from me. That's the way I'm going to play every event and see how that works for me. Having won 2 events, it really provides a feeling that what I'm doing is right. So I expect bigger things. It's that way in life. I think if you really want something and you continue to pursue it, you'll get it.
A friend of mine played with Tom Schneider this year at the World Series and said he didn't see a single misstep from the guy all day. He's a very well-deserved Player of the Year.
Schneider right now in a hand with Patrick Gelinas, a history teacher from Maryland. Looks like Tom deciding what to do right now on the river. And he is going to push out a bet of $6,500 now to Gelinas.
Can't beat much.
Doesn't sound like he's going to raise, Norman.
Well, if he can't beat much, he shouldn't raise.
Jelinas thinks he's got a shot and will make the call. Schneider turns over Queen Jack for the winning straight. And the author of the book, Oops, I Won Too Much Money, puts his money where his mouth is and rakes in a nice pot.
Much friendlier table.
Neither of Schneider's 2 bracelets came in hold'em, but he's proven he's a well-rounded player.
And by winning 2 bracelets, Tom has joined some very elite company. Believe it or not, at least one player has won at least 2 bracelets in a single year each of the last 8 years.
Chris Ferguson did it twice in 2000 and 2003. Phil Ivey won 3 bracelets in 2002.
And look at 2003, 6 of the game's greats doubled up in that year. Jeff Madsen was one of the ones who won 2 last year. Now look at him.
I'm sitting here. I had a bet with Jeff.
Liz Lou having some fun. Getting a shot for her World Series scrapbook.
Oh, I'm going to blackmail him with this.
I told him to stay away from booze, babes, and bad bets. These kids, they don't listen.
Madsen, who was briefly the youngest player ever to win a World Series bracelet, saw his record fall to this young man, Steve Bilirakis, who was 21 years, 11 days old when he won this year. Bilirakis trying to figure out what to do against Joel Gualtieri.
He's another youngster I'm trying to school, but he's headstrong.
Bilirakis getting short on chips, but all the chips go into the pot. His opponent makes the call and shows pocket aces, and that is going to do it for Bilirakis. The youngest bracelet winner's main event has come to an end.
Bracelet schmacelet. I wouldn't have made the call there. He's a bum.
So the youngest of the young winners will have to settle for only 1 World Series bracelet this year. All right, back to our feature table here at day 1 of the main event. We've got Doyle Brunson here, and we've got a bunch of international players as well.
Lon, I have seen that guy on our World Series poker video game. I think he beat Helmuth heads up.
Action over to Jeffrey Lowenhar with Pocket Kings.
Lowenhar says he's been playing poker 55 years. That's about half as long as Doyle.
55 years. Lowenhar's only 61 years old. With Pocket Kings, Lowenhar raised it to 600. Doyle, with ace-3 of hearts from the big blind, makes the call.
Doyle, part of the original crew, along with Amarillo Slim and Sailor Roberts, road gamblers who shared the same bankroll.
Here's our flop. Brunson and Lowenhar heads up, and Doyle pairs his ace. And he takes the lead and checks it.
Boy, Doyle is very passive today. I don't think he's read his own book.
Lowenhar with a pair of kings makes it 500, and Doyle, again, long for the call.
Thought he might have check raised there. Very passive.
Turn card, another ace for Doyle. He may be playing passively, but good things still come his way. Let's see how he plays this.
Check.
He checks it again.
Well, Doyle now will try to trap Lowenhar.
Lowenhar with Pocket Kings makes it 1,000 to Brunson.
If Lowenhar doesn't put Doyle on an ace in the pocket, then he thinks he's got the best hand.
But Doyle just calls again. Lowenhar way behind, going to the river, and the 6 of hearts gives Brunson the check mark.
Boy, Doyle checked again? You have to do your own bidding at the end.
And Lowenhar checked it also. And sees his kings come up second best. We're seeing a bit of a different Doyle Brunson tonight, but he still finds a way to get your chips.
Seems like you have a lot of fans, supporters here.
He does have a lot of supporters, plus Doyle's got a much better grip on this game than I do, so I'm just going to leave him be.
All right, let's take a first look at our E-Trade tournament ticker. With such a large starting field, the prize pool is nearly $60 million. First place this year, $8.25 million. To table 2 and Marcel Lusk.
Well, we knew we had the big hand.
Marcel's still short on chips, but he moves all in. His ace-king, though, has run into the pocket aces of Aryeh Streisfeld.
No, I knew we had the big hand. It's the biggest hand I have till now, I think.
Tell you what, Marcel.
But sometimes...
Just take out your sunglasses and put them on upside down. You'll be fine.
The flop now, 3 cards that add up to 0 for Marcel Lusk.
Well, I still got runner.
And you've still got style, Marcel.
7 of clubs on the turn will end it. Marcel Lusk drawing dead and eliminated.
It was a pleasure. Be good. Now you behave. Thanks for taking me out painless.
Style, grace, character. Marcel's got it in spades.
So Streisfeld knocks out one of the more popular players in the game. Marcel goes out quietly on day 1. It will be a much less melodious main event without Marcel Lusk.
The World Series of Poker, presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. main event.
Back inside the Rio on the KFC Snacker Cam, you can see the huge field, and that will mean thousands of emotional highs and lows will take place. Nobody exempt, even Ray Romano, who's all in and behind, but sucks out on the river to crack his would-be executioner's aces.
Geez, Ray might be the richest man in this room today. Why is he sucking out on poor poker players?
Boy, you suck out again?
I did. You wouldn't believe it.
On the river?
On the river.
Go back.
Louder.
Are you out?
Yeah.
Serious tearing.
No.
Now look at him. Healthy. Call me.
Ray and Brad both won Emmys for their roles as dysfunctional brothers on Everybody Loves Raymond, the TV show. It looks like things aren't too different in real life. Poker pro Marco Traniello was also part of a duo, one half of the first couple of poker.
I thought we were the first couple of poker.
No, that would be Marco and his wife Jennifer Harmon. But these two aren't just a couple anymore. They've doubled up.
Parenting is a 50-50 kind of work.
Come on.
You get the one with the larger mouth, eh? Lucky enough that I don't have a regular job, so I can be there as much as my wife.
I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, as Marco's a father, he's a 10.
Sleep went completely away. They keep me up a lot. My priority changed completely.
We usually just stay home and take care of babies. I think I played 6 or 7 times before the World Series started in 8 months. So that's not a lot of playing poker. He wants to have more. I'm thinking about it.
Well, right now they're thinking of adding a main event bracelet to the household. And geez, what do those babies do home alone all day?
There again is Johnny Chan still fighting an uphill battle. Chan moved all in with ace-king after the flop. David Harrison, though, leads with a pair of 10s, poised to knock off the 10-time bracelet winner.
Johnny, the last repeat champion of the main event.
Turn card now, 7 of spades. Chan with a flush draw.
Few more outs for Johnny. He can now stay alive with an ace or a spade.
River card, 10 of diamonds, and trip 10s for Harrison means the end of Johnny Chan.
And there will be no third main event title for Chan and no 11th bracelet.
He cashed 3 times this year with no final tables.
He's a class act. I mean, he's one of the 2 class acts.
It was 1992 when Johnny last cashed in the main event. Again, it'll be wait till next year. Back now to our featured table and another class act and another 10-time bracelet winner, Doyle Brunson. And on the Milwaukee's Best Light Pocket Cam, Doyle with ace-king offsuit.
You know, I believe Doyle sleeps and showers with that hat on. And he continues to play small ball here. He's not aggressive, avoiding big pots.
Limps in for 200. David Garbaz with pocket jacks. And he's going to raise it up to 1,200.
That's a big raise. That was 6 times the big blind.
A lot of action folding behind with that big raise. And now it's back to Doyle, who needs 1,000 to call.
All in.
Doyle is going to re-raise all in.
And I'm wrong again. Doyle not avoiding the big pot here. This would push Garbaz all in.
And with pocket jacks against Doyle Brunson, what do you do? Garbaz, a decision for his tournament life.
I'll call.
And he will call and put himself at risk. This is the degree all-in moment.
Brunson trying to punch out Garbaz. In 1998, the year Rounders came out, Matt Damon played in the main event, and Doyle knocked him out that year.
You have to play a pot sooner or later anyway.
What's that?
I see you got to play one of these pots sooner or later.
Garbaz looks like he'd rather play it later than sooner.
So a key confrontation at this featured table. Doyle in for most of his chips. Garbaz in for all of his. The flop has a king, and Doyle grabs the lead right away.
And that's why you try to avoid these races for all your chips early on. You either double up, in this case to about 20,000 chips, which is your starting stack, or you're gone.
Garbaz looks at a 10 pair of the board.
And Doyle remains in control of the hand. Garbaz is going to need a jack and a jack only, or he is gone.
River card is a 9, and that's not going to get it done. Brunson gets the degree checkmark, knocking off David Garbaz from the main event.
Unofficially, Doyle now over 140,000 knockouts in his poker career.
You have a choice between a call and not a call. If you knew he had jacks, would you want him to call or would you want him to fold?
I'd rather he didn't. I don't know. I limped in there 2 or 3 times and he raised me. I just was tired of it.
That's the aggressive Doyle Brunson we've come to love.
The Degree All-In Moment is brought to you by Degree Men. More power than you need. One day you'll need it.
Welcome back inside the Rio Poker Room. On our E-Trade tournament ticker, you see 757 players have been eliminated. Nobody is safe in this huge field, not even Marco Traniello.
I tell you, when he gets home, that place is going to be a mess. You cannot leave infant twins unattended while you go out and try to make poker history.
So now it will be up to Marco's wife, Jennifer Harmon, to bring home a main event bracelet. Jen plays in the next session.
Nice book, buddy.
And not even Barry Greenstein's book could save Elia Lesra from going broke.
Good news is there's always next year.
Well, this year, he's still looking at another $600,000 profit when this baby is over.
Yeah, he just needs some of his friends like Barry to get knocked out. A whole new table over at table number 2. David Devilfish Ulliott is taking center stage.
Devilfish first started playing seriously at age 15 when he was working at a factory that made trophies. He would take everyone's money on lunch breaks.
You got it.
Early action, ace-9, and he moves all in with his last 2,650 chips. Over to Mark Cole with pocket queens.
A raise.
And he is going to re-raise it. Cole makes it 6,000. Try to kill any action behind him.
Show me a pair of eights.
We are heads up. Ulliott all in.
Best stand I've seen since he said
Devilfish with a little gripe in him.
So Cole with his queens.
What's this was Phil Elmer for this ace-9?
Chance to knock off the pro. And now the flop. It is Trey 9-10. Devilfish with a pair of 9s and a flush draw.
Got a couple of outs anyway.
Cole's queens are still in the lead.
Turn card now is another 9, and Devilfish takes the lead.
Give him the queen of clubs. No, I'm joking.
Cole needs a queen on the river to knock out Devilfish.
River card is a 6, and that makes it official. Devilfish gets off the hook. Still, though, with a small stack.
Just when I thought it was safe to go in the water.
If that guy was a real poker fan, he'd spray that on his chest. Back to our featured table, and there is the Lucky Casper Card Protector, owned by Doyle Brunson. Doyle is sitting this hand out. Paul Begum flop trip 5s. Begum holds a big lead right now on Nick Nicolo's Jack 7. And now the turn card. Quad 5s for Begum.
And Paul's poker face needs a little work. Doyle's got the poker face you want to emulate.
Doyle does watch his opponents even when he's not in a hand. And a check from Begum.
What you got left, Ring?
Begum's got to love to hear that.
Can I get a count, please, sir?
Pardon me?
Can I just get a count, please?
Begum says, yeah, I'll give you a count. I'll write the total down on a piece of paper. Are you kidding me?
Nicolo drawing dead and asking for a count on Begum. Of course, he doesn't know Begum's got 4 5s.
6,500.
Boy, 6,500 to Begum.
I'm not sure what thought process Nicolo went through to get to 6,500. Drawing dead.
I call.
He should have said, I call with pleasure.
Exactly. All right, so these two go to the river, and it's a 4 of diamonds. Begum, of course, with the quad 5s. Got to move them all, huh? He's all in.
Nicolo probably thought he could buy the pot with his jack high. He's got to be gone now.
It cost him 6,600 more.
He's got to be gone now. He's got jack high.
I got a call. Let's have a look.
Wow.
Two with quad 5s. What? Good bit.
There they are.
Wow.
For the life of me, I don't know why he would call that.
Begum doubles up.
It makes no difference against quad 5s.
Lon, buy me into the main event, please.
I'm thinking, what would Doyle do?
Doyle would buy Nicolo dinner, maybe take him home.
Because I'm not playing my hands right. So I said, what would Doyle do? Seriously. Because I don't know how to play. Doyle knows how to bet his hands. I don't.
Doyle knows how to do a lot of things we don't.
Okay, back to the masses at the outer tables here in the Rio Poker Room. Let's catch up again with Ray Romano. He's all in with King, Queen, and is running to pocket aces.
Look at him. He was the highest paid actor in TV history. Here at the poker table, he is just shark bait.
He's just another Hollywood kid with a dream.
Keep my hands up.
All right, he is in a hand against Hal England, a construction worker from Florida.
That's good.
Yeah, the aces are good against King Queen.
I'd say the 96% hand is good. Ray all in now and in a lot of trouble. He needs runner for a straight or trips or two pair.
All right, gentlemen.
And the turn card is a king. A little life for Romano.
Romano's chances improve a little. Ray now would need a king or a queen to stay alive.
He sucked out once. Can he do it again? Nope. 8 of diamonds means that Hal England wins it. Romano is gone.
And Ray can just head home now and sleep with his money.
Good luck. All right, man. Please don't let Brad make it to the final table. Anywhere.
The last of Ray's chips end up with Hal England. And Brad Garrett will win the last longer bet between these two.
This is not going to be pretty now.
Time for Ray to fess up.
In poker, it's good to have multiple personalities. I'm always mixing up my play to keep people guessing. Who will I be this hand? Trapping Gus, who check raises your chips away? Aggressive Gus, who plays every hand no matter what? How I play is up to you. We play at FullTiltPoker.com.
What happened?
Welcome back to the Rio.
I'm sorry. You want to pay me my side bet now, or Ray? Can you help me get this on better?
Move over.
Yeah, do Ray.
Wow, you're clammy.
You know, I'm clammy. What do you think? This is easy?
All right, man. I'm out of here.
All right, man. Hey, over here. Show me some more.
Yeah.
Let me look.
Have you guys seen Brad's show? You better hurry. Seriously.
Ray can't resist the parting shot for his friend.
All right, man. I'll call you.
No, don't. See his show, you better hurry. What are you laughing at?
It was funny. I didn't even know Brad had a show.
The other side of the Rio poker room, Devilfish all in again.
It's me and Mr. Happy Face. Let's hope
a chance.
King, Queen, all in.
I wanted you to fall. That would have given me a chance. I hope we got a pair of eights.
He's up against Brian Whiteman. Whiteman shows ace-6 of clubs.
Devilfish not happy. Devilfish seldom happy when he's losing.
Call me with ace-6 with 45 people after me.
Devilfish seems to have a real disdain for most American poker players.
Flop. Oh, there's the ace. Whiteman ahead.
Well, now Devilfish can start to pack up his anti-American personal effects.
Call me with an ace-6, look. Wow, well called.
And a 5 of spades ends it.
No,
Whiteman with the check mark.
Good call, buddy.
Devilfish drawing dead and gone.
And another textbook example from Devilfish Olliott on how to lose less than gracefully.
He's never been appointed an English ambassador anywhere, has he? Back now to our featured table. Doyle Brunson is in the black from his starting stack of 20,000, but not by much. Lines at 200 and 400.
I tell you, it's amazing what they can do now with 3D computer animation.
Andrew Cohen, a World Series rookie with pocket queens, is going to raise it up to 1,200. Avatars even know to raise 3 times the big blind, huh? And a lot of folds back over to Doyle Brunson in the big blind. Doyle, ace-queen of hearts.
Doyle once claimed that he does not play ace-queen.
Doyle will make the call with ace-queen.
Well, he claimed it.
And these two will go heads up. Cohen with the lead with the queens. And there is queen 8 ace. Wow! Doyle thinks he loves that flop, but his 2-pair trail the 3 queens of Cohen.
Well, Doyle shouldn't play ace-queen, huh? That is a disaster flop for him.
Doyle slow plays his 2-pair, and Cohen is going to bet 2,000 with his set of queens.
Cohen, a bartender here in Las Vegas, has Doyle where he wants him.
And Doyle's going to raise it up to 5,500. This could be a lot of trouble real quick for Doyle.
Raise.
And a re-raise from Cohen. And Doyle moves all in.
A call.
And a call.
Oh, this is a horror film for Doyle Brunson.
Brunson turns over the 2-pair, but the 3 queens of Cohen have Doyle in trouble.
And a rueful smile for Doyle. He now sees that flop likely will end his main event quite quickly.
Cohen looks like he can't believe he's about to knock off the great Doyle Brunson.
Better get some aces up there.
It's been 30 years since Doyle's last main event title. Not looking good right here.
All right, now the turn card is a 3 of spades. No help to Brunson.
And Texas Dolly now will need an ace, or his 2007 main event is going to be over very early.
And now the river card is a 6 of diamonds, and that does send Doyle Brunson to the exit, done in by Andrew Cohen.
He thrilled us 3 years ago with that deep run in the main event. Not this time.
All right, round of applause for our two-time main event winning Doyle Brunson.
So the legendary Texas Dolly hits the rail, and this entire room acknowledges the great player's exit. A day that began with enormous numbers and expectations turned out to be a rough one for quite a few, including former champions Johnny Chan and Doyle Brunson, while other champs like Huck Seed and Bobby Baldwin were able to survive. It was a doubly bad day for Ellie Alesra. He's out.
Nice book, buddy.
But Barry Greenstein is still alive, and so is their bet. Red Hot Tom Schneider continues his great run, and jester Jeff Madsen gets the last laugh, as does comedian Brad Garrett. 445 players are now closer to the biggest prize in poker, $8.25 million. For Norman Chat, I'm Lon McCarran. See you next time as the excitement of day one of the main event rolls on.